Hey guys, Toby from Hadler Fitness. So what we're talking about today is biceps again. All right, so this is probably like part 4 to biceps, but there's just so much to cover. Okay, the biggest thing I can give you guys for the biggest takeaway for biceps is carrying out the full range of motion on the contraction, on the eccentric and eccentric movements of the exercise. Okay.
I feel like I'm drowning.
Movements of the exercise. Okay, so there's points of when you want to lift heavy and points when you want to lift lighter. Okay, so obviously to create the most muscle damage micro trauma, you need to carry out you need to lift above like 65% in 1 rep max on that muscle group. Okay, so this is going to create a really good stimulus for muscle hypertrophy. It's going to put you outside your comfort zone, and it's going to put you in that optimal state if you carried out between 3 to 5 sets for 2 exercises, and you do that 2 times a week. All right, so 2 times a week, you do at least 2 exercises on biceps a week, and you're doing at least between 6 to 15 reps. Okay, so you want to start out a little bit lighter, focus on going 1 to 2 reps before failure, if not at failure, and full range of motion. And you want to focus on hitting the inner and outer heads, so the short head and the long head of the actual bicep. So as I said, so lighter weights, you don't want to be half rep and half pumping, like using your body to swing the weights up. You just look like you're trying to hump the weights. Basically, you're humping weights and you're not doing anything. You're not using that actual muscle group, you're using your core and just swing it up, using momentum. Momentum isn't going to grow muscle, it's going to let you down. Okay, so what you need to focus on is hitting that full range of motion all the way down and all the way back up. So down slow for 1, 2, 3, and then back up relatively quick and squeeze right at the top. So you want to hit this with like normal curls, normal preacher curls, or you can do hammer curls, or you can do cables. And also when you do chin-ups or pull-ups with a pronated or supinated or neutral grip, you're also going to hit them as well. All right, so here are the biggest takeaways I can give you guys. All right, so focus on frequency, 2 times a week. Time under tension, which is down slow, up quick. So down 1, 2, 3, full range of motion. So lock that elbow out, keep the tension on the bicep, then back up and squeeze and hold it there, and do that at least between the 6 to 15 reps. And then when you get near the end, when you've done 3 sets and the muscle is starting to fatigue, then you can do forced reps. Okay, so this is tip number 3. All right, so forced reps is using heavier weight and swing it up a little bit. So this is really a type of progressive overload. So progressive overload is also another one by itself, but it falls under this. So progressive overload can fall into forms of intensity or carrying out more reps than used to, or adding an extra set. So you can vary it different ways. The way I like to mix it up is either do, maybe instead of 3 sets, do 4, or you can just lift a little bit of extra weight. So normally, say you might be able to do 15 kilos for standing alternating bicep curls. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You might be able to do 12 each side or 10 each side with 15. You can move up to 20 and do like 6 reps and really just focus on the squeeze at the top and that eccentric movement coming down. So this is where you grow the most of your muscle mass. All right, this is where you create the micro trauma, so the tearing of the actual muscle fibers where they're under stress. And this is what over a 48 to 72 hour resting period is when the muscle is going to grow. And then you're going to do this for weeks to months, and then your muscles are going to increase in size because obviously you're providing them a stimulus. They're going to adapt to that stimulus. So down slow, up quick. All right, so they're basically the 3 tips. So the biggest one is frequency, and then correct form, that mind to muscle connection, getting it done, really focusing on the squeeze and making sure making sure you're not lifting too heavy, okay? So that mind to muscle connection, I'm talking about feeling your muscle fatigue and squeeze and feeling the tension in there and really struggling with it, being outside your comfort zone. So that concentration on the muscle instead of swinging it and trying to get it up momentum, you can do that, but that's unlike the 4th or 5th set. Once you've actually fatigued the muscles and you've done the reps, you've done the sets, and you've done the work, okay? Then the 4th reps are just a cherry on top to really take those muscles to complete exhaustion and put them in a stimulus that's outside of something that you're used to, all right? So if you keep doing the same workouts and don't change your weight, your body is never going to adapt, all right? So you need to be specific, and you really need to change your workouts up. So when I say changing workouts up, that doesn't mean instead of doing bicep curls, you do pull-ups. That a massive change could be swapping from an alternating curl where you go 1, 2, 3. It could be changing from that to doing hammer curls. Like that in itself is massive, because that changes the stimulus from the short head more so to the long head, or vice versa, all right? So coming down slow, back up. You can do this in many different like shapes, forms, and sizes, whatever. Like there's so many different ways to do this, but this is probably one of my favorites. So focus on the 3 lighter sets and then do your force reps at the end where you get a little bit of a swing, but focus on going down slow and then probably forcing the weight back up. You can sort of jerk it up a little bit, down slow and then back up, all right? Yeah, there's so much more to like periodization programming, but if you do this like 2 to 4 times a week after you've done your compound exercises, like you really are going to increase your muscle size, given that you're at least eating a calorie maintenance or you're eating in a calorie surplus to be in the prime anabolic state for your muscles to actually grow and improve. Because obviously if you're eating in a calorie deficit, you're also going to be, your body's going to be more attuned towards catabolism. So obviously you're going to be burning fat, glycogen, a little bit of muscle. So the likelihood of you building much muscle mass in a non-fed state, like an adequately fed state, unless it's a recomposition, you're not really going to grow that much more muscle, all right? So just be aware of that. Nutrition does play a big part in this. But yeah, so do the exercises, do the bicep exercises, just think outside the box a little bit. So focus on your frequency, hit your numbers. Obviously, if you're hitting 12 on 15 kilos either side doing alternating curls, go up 2.5. You don't need to go up to 30. Like if you're doing 4 sets of 30, it's just not going to happen, all right? So take your time, put the effort in and work hard, and really just focus on your numbers. So have an idea of what you did last week or your last exercise session. Try to beat that by a rep or 2, or if you're tired, auto-regulate your workouts. Just adjust it how you feel. That's auto-regulation, guys. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this this rant / vlog, whatever it is. Make sure you like and comment, and make sure you also subscribe. Catch you in the next vid.